Okay. I think, there we go. What's up, everyone? How are you? Good to see you. I'm Stefan. And thanks for joining me. This is the White Dog Tarot. We're going to be doing some readings today. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It's beautiful out today. Nice and sunny. Good day to pull some cards. Well, you know what? It was like rainy and cloudy yesterday, but I don't know, that felt like kind of a great day to pull cards too. So anyway, yeah, it's great to see everyone. If you're new, thanks for finding my show. All my shows are free. Oh, wow. We're getting some wind. Hold on. One of my cards blew away. I wonder what it is. I always take it as a sign when the wind takes a card. And look what it took. Looks pretty windy, huh? 8 of Wands, that's fast movement. All right, I love to see that. Things moving quick. All right. But yeah, if you're new to my show, thanks for finding my show. I started this show with a fucking crazy idea that I could actually start a completely free show to try and help people who are going through difficult times. So thanks to everybody who's been watching it. We've been getting a lot of viewers recently. I just looked at my studio, about 30,000 a month, so I'm super grateful. Hey, Alan. Hey, Vizzy. Thanks, Vizzy. Love you too for a billion years. But yeah, we had a great show yesterday. I was getting some pretty strong messages. I love when that happens. Hope everybody got some sleep. Guys, I have been on the weirdest sleep schedule. I'm on the weirdest sleep schedule. Like, I have amazing eyebrows, thank you. That's a new one. You know, it's almost lost on me how I spent most of my life working like a suit and tie. Like, I don't even want to say 9 to 5, because I would have killed for a 9 to 5 job. Let's say like 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day, but I am just so not built for that. My sleep schedule, really doesn't matter what I do. I'm honestly just a creature of the night, I think. So, you know, I wish I was one of those people that got all my best thoughts at like 1:30 in the afternoon. Unfortunately, I feel like I get all my best thoughts at like 3:30 in the morning. So, I think I'm just stepping into it. Do I eat right? I'm not sure. I know what you mean. Hey, user HE6 from Israel. Cool. Shalom. Mashlomcha. I look like that one guy. Sounds racist. Hey, Arcane. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm Stefan for everybody new. I am a dad. How did you know? I was just kidding. I didn't think it was racist. I was making an uncouth joke. I'm the biggest brain in the whole brain world. I'm not sure I know what that means. Hey, Bob. Palestine. Cool. Nice to meet you. Hope you're doing well. I'm Stefan. Your mom loves me? That's new. Well, I think, um, I do, I think moms do tend to like me, especially if I happen to be, dating you. So, hey Ed, it's nice to meet you. Hey Spider Blunts. Why isn't your name in red anymore? I guess they changed it. Hey Kate. We'll tell your mom I love her too. Free real estate in Palestine. Guys, let's be nice to each other. I don't really care if you want to talk shit to me, because it doesn't bother me, but let's be nice to each other in the chat. Oh yeah, Arian? Good to know. Always on the lookout for some copywriting issues. Oh, thanks, Samantha. Yeah, we are having a great. Well, it's about 5 o'clock here in the evening. We're actually getting ready. We're going on vacation for 10 days, so we're gonna try and pack this weekend. Thanks, UCE. Appreciate it. How do you know what your God allows and doesn't allow? Feels a little dogmatic of you. I'm the most culturally ambiguous dude that you've ever seen. That's hilarious. What can you define culturally ambiguous for me, classmate? Because I do love that feels like a $7 word. So what, like I lack culture? Is that what you meant? You know, maybe comparatively, I would say I've traveled and lived in more places and countries, it seems like, than most people I've met, more or less, so. Oh, you couldn't pick my clique. Well, I don't have one. I hate being put into a box. And I hate when people try and tell me who I am, so maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's why I'm still alive after all the dangerous situations I've put myself in. Cultural ambiguity. Hey, Switzerland, cool. German or Italian? A surprise party for your two sons. Lean not on your own understandings. Well said, UCE. Are you speaking to yourself? Because the way you showed up here and what you said to me feels like you should maybe spend some time looking into that. What is it, a proverb? Hey, man. How are you? Good, good. Of course you're speaking to me. God forbid you take your own advice, right? You know, you see, can I ask you a question? I was actually thinking about this last night, and I don't expect you maybe to have an answer. Well, I know you won't. And I don't expect you to in any way self-reflect, but I take it you're Christian. You know what I was thinking about? You know, as a Christian, somebody who believes in Jesus, heaven, hell, and I guess the way you show up here, and I guess speak about it like it's something I need to be afraid of. Do you think there's a lot of virtue in being a good person if the only thing keeping, I guess, your virtues in check is this expectation of some reward at the end of your life? Or some fear of punishment? Because I don't know, man. To me, if the only thing that keeps you making good choices is getting rewarded, you don't sound like a very good person to me. I mean, to me, isn't there more virtue in being kind to be kind, helping others just to help others, absent of any belief system or expectation of being rewarded for it when you pass away? What do I know? It should be the reward. But, I mean, what do I know? That's just how I look at it. All right. Well, let's move on. You said I'm a convicted felon? No felonies on my record. I got pretty close, though, Shank Universe, in my 20s, one too many times, but you said people should be rewarded for being good? Perhaps. But you know what? My perspective is that if you do good, only for the expectation of getting something back, it's not very genuine. Hey, James. Where am I from? Well, I'm from New York, but I live in the Åland Islands. Memento. You know, it's funny you said that, Bob. You know, actually, my girlfriend and I, we don't have any sort of competition with one another, but the only low-key competition her and I have is we always joke about who's going to get dementia first as we get older together. And you know what? I will say I'm 38, and regrettably, a lot of my 20s is somewhat blurry. With that said, and the asterisk of, I can actually point and look at every tattoo I have on my body, and there's quite a few, and remember the where and the when of my life. So with some respect, it is kind of like Memento. Maybe not as dark. Well, actually, maybe it is as dark. I guess we'll have to wait and see how the movie plays out. But with, you know, I actually think as I get older, it might keep me somewhat lucid. Hey, Ashley. Abraxas, I'm doing great. Isaac, I saw that you messaged me just now. Good to see you, man. Tutto bene? Tutto bene? Biscuit, you want a card? Sure. Where you from, man? And what's your name? Thank you, Biss and Triss. I'll take that as a compliment. You said everything's great? That's awesome. Muito bom, muito bom. Isaac, did you get laid last night? Did you sleep with your wife? You know, I will say, and I hope this isn't too controversial. You know, living on an archipelago where the language is Swedish, I will say, and I've talked to my girlfriend about this, who's fluent in like 4 different languages. Portuguese is like way sexier than Swedish. Like, it's just a much sexier language. My girlfriend, I hope I'm not giving too much information. I don't think she would get embarrassed if she knew I said this. We actually were talking about, like, it's actually much sexier to talk dirty in English than Swedish. Like, it's just not a very sexy language. Like, some of the dirty words, they just don't hit the same. You know what I mean? All right, UCE, you know, it would almost feel beneath me to block you, but stop regurgitating proverbs that you don't even follow yourself on my show. Go do something charitable, all right? Why don't you go donate at your church? Why don't you go read the Bible? Why don't you go pick up trash on the side of the road? You're not doing God's work by just spamming on my YouTube channel. All right? I bet you have a 0% conversion rate. Sorry, Biscuit, I missed what you said. Thanks, Ashley. You like my shirt? I actually really like this shirt. I got it. It's actually, you know, I think I bought this shirt like 2 years ago when I was making suit and tie money, and it's kind of, like, when I think back about how much I used to spend on clothes, it's kind of, it gives me the ick a little bit, but I do love this shirt. I think I got it from this company called Taylor Stitch. Why am I lying on you for asking for a card? I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, thanks, Denzel. Well, you know what, Biscuit? You're welcome to be here as long as you want. My heart is deceitful. Thanks, UCE. You seem like a great judge of character. Oh, hey, Cave Baby. You said your favorite card's the Star? Beautiful. Yeah, I love the Star. There's so many great cards. That's Aquarius energy. It's a really beautiful card. You know, it stands for a lot of healing from past. It kind of, you know, the one card when I look at it, it almost, I don't know, it always reminds me of like our North Node energy. It's really beautiful. You said you'll both be in heaven one day. You respect UC. See, Eli? Did anybody hear what I said earlier? I almost don't even want to repeat it, but do you really think that under this pretense that what you believe is the truth, that being a good person only on the basis of expectation of getting something out of it at the end, do you really think that makes you a good person? Let me ask you this. If it wasn't true, would you still carry yourself the same way? Actually, don't answer that. Alright guys, let's move on. I'm sorry I keep getting sucked in. I love healthy debate, but not with people who have never made it 2 blocks past the church in the town they lived in their whole life. You said chest hair should be banned. Good for you, Eli. You know, I believe Jesus said that he actually talked about how compassion and love and the way you treat strangers, he put more of a precedence on that and more of an importance on that than any sort of religious practice or ritual. But you would know that, of course, right? So, and he also spoke about the way you treat strangers as a reflection of your relationship to God. So, to be honest, I could care less if you have a fucking gold chain with a cross on it. That doesn't make you a good person. Well, I am Italian, but no organized crime for me these days, guys. I've used all of my 9 lives, maybe even 10. Oh, Grace, I'm not a movie star, and I don't ever plan on being one. I was in an HBO show, actually, a couple years ago. I got forced into it. Thank you, Ashley. You are correct. You are correct. You know, I mean, as you guys can guess, I'm not a Christian. I would consider myself more of a pluralist or a free thinker, but I did read quite a bit about him. I mean, I like to read about all religions. And I'll tell you, mostly in part, I read about Jesus because I couldn't believe for the life of me that some of the people who show up here and finger point with this I'm right, you're wrong bullshit, you know, embodied any of the things he stood for. Hey, Marie, let's do some readings. You said Vishnu was all about love like Jesus? You know, I actually haven't read much about that, but I guess, you know, I would believe that. I mean, that's kind of why I have more of a pluralistic approach. But hey, Mr. Bot Bro, what are these cards for? You know, I guess my personal perspective on tarot is that it helps us, I guess, be better versions of ourselves. You know, see ourselves more clearly, see things that we know to be true already. And, you know, if we're brave enough, it helps us get confirmation about some timelines that are available to us that can maybe make us happy. What card would represent Sagittarius? Continuous nothing. That would be, for the major arcana, that would be the Temperance card, which is also a really beautiful card. But Sagittarius is fire energy, which is the wand suit. But the major arcana for Sagittarius is Temperance. Marie, I actually don't really do general signs, but you know what? Why don't we do a general message for whatever comes out? Actually, Marie, I'll do you one better. I think you're new here. How about I pull cards for just you? Would that be okay with you? Let's see what you need to know, Marie. Marie, where are you from? Alright, UCE. You're getting on my nerves. I'm gonna put you in timeout. I'm sorry, guys. I felt my IQ drop like a full standard deviation from all these fucking proverbs that UCE keeps posting. Illinois, okay. I've been to Illinois. I actually have a great Illinois story for you. Well, I guess for everybody. Maybe after the reading, if you guys want to hear a stranger than fiction story. All right, Marie, would it be okay if I pulled cards for you? Because you know what? Pulling cards just for you will be infinitely more specific than pulling cards for every Libra in the YouTube world. Hey, Isaac. Okay, Marie. Is there anything that's been on your mind recently that you'd like some clarity with? Let's see what comes out. Marie. Next move of yours, what to do? You know, Marie, let's just see what comes out. I'm actually going to see a little bit about you as a person first. Tell me about Marie. Cups. Four of Wands. Page of Cups. Wow. Interesting. You know, I'm seeing that you have like a really small, tight friend group. 2 women, maybe 3, but 2. And I think you've actually been friends with them a while. Looks like girls that you actually used to like drink with, party with, but maybe you guys are a little bit older now. Are you, Marie, I'm seeing a couple things here. Are you in a relationship right now? I will say, you know, one thing I see about you that I think is it's really like refreshing. I think you have like a very young spirit when it comes to your approach to connections with people. You know, I think you go in not in like a naive way, but in like a hopeful way. It's really nice to see. Marie, what did you say your sign was? I'm trying to understand what this means. Okay. You know, I'm definitely picking up a little bit of, I'm going to say, I don't know if the right word is confusion, But it seems like there's a little bit of like a deep-rooted fear in what you don't see ahead of you. And I think it's actually a little intimidating to you because I think subconsciously you intuitively know already what you should be doing. This is very interesting. I feel like right now there's like two conflicting energies in you. There's this kind of want and desire to like be bold, do something new, like go explore something that kind of feels like new and exciting, and like, I don't know, gives you like almost like some vigor that you haven't had in a while. But I feel like you feel this emotional tie to, maybe it's the place. Have you been wanting to move? Have you been thinking about moving? Marie, Marie, I just want to say this to you. I think you, and I'm sorry if I'm wrong, I'm just going to tell you what I pick up on. I think a part of you feels like you have to stay because come on, man. Sorry, guys. I think a part of you feels like you have to stay because you have to fix other people. And maybe friends, maybe family. Like, I don't know. And I think you do. I think you have a lot of emotions and love and empathy to give people in your life. And in some respect, I think they actually feel like they need it or rely on it. But it doesn't really give you what you need emotionally. And I think you feel like a part of you wants to explore for something better. Come on, Joe. You know what? I know you said you're an air sign. You have to have fire and water in your chart. You have to. You should check out your whole chart and see what your north node is. I'd be very curious. What's up, Recycle? Listen, one thing that I think you lack, and I don't know why, Marie, is this confidence about who you are. You know who you are. People are very drawn to you. I'm going to suggest that when a group of people get together, it's a gathering, and when you show up, it somehow becomes a party. I think you're fiercely independent, very fiery. I feel like you're a great storyteller. And I also think that you have this really deep emotional, I'm going to say this depth to you, this capacity to be deeply empathetic of other people. Hey, Annie. Well, Annie, I'm doing a reading for Marie, but you know what? I've said it many times. We all mirror each other. Thanks, Donald. Appreciate it. You know, Marie, you know what's next for you? What your next move is? It's what you already know to be true. Don't be afraid to make the bold choice. I think that's what you need. You're not going to have all the answers, okay? Moving? Where are you thinking about moving to? Marie, it's not your job to, like, repair everybody's trauma in your life. Okay, I love Texas. San Antonio. I would say that's an upgrade from Illinois, for sure. I've been to both places. But you know what? If you're feeling like a calling, listen to it. Don't be afraid of it. It's just life. You know, if you hate it in San Antonio, you don't have to stay. But Marie, how long have you lived in Illinois for? Thanks, Ray. Thanks, Prop Guru. Yeah, you're right. I'm a thief who has a completely free show. Thanks, Ronald. Can I tell you how much time it will take to be rich? Well, I guess it depends on how passionate you are about working hard. Oh, thanks, Clippy. That was nice of you. I'm not here for entertainment purposes only. I'm here to give grounded, helpful advice to people who are feeling lost. So, you got a new dog? That's great. I actually, guys, for all of you who know Indy, my giant Great Pyrenees, I actually just got an email for like a partnership deal with like a food company for Indy. I'm thinking about doing it. I don't feel like too much of a sellout for advertising for healthy dog food. I am a passion. I love hugging. See, guys, all those involuntary celibates who are just spamming on my channel, I knew they would just go away. And I hate blocking people. You know, Prop Guru, I'm not here to convince you of anything, dude. Oh, looks like he was quiet and I woke him back up. Hey, Joe. Marie, where am I at? I live in the Åland Islands. I don't live in the States. I used to live in New York. Well, I've lived all over the world. I've lived in many states, but I just moved here in May. It's a little archipelago in the Baltic between Sweden and Finland. But I'm actually going back to the States next week. Yeah, Sweden. We're going to Stockholm this Monday, but then we're flying back. It's actually, the only way you can get here is by boat. So traveling is a little bit, it's a little dicey. Actually, my Indy and I, we had to take an 8-hour flight together from New York to Helsinki, and then we did an 11-hour ship ride together. So the States is the best. I guess it depends on for what you think or you consider the best. Doesn't really seem like a great place to live right now. I don't know at what point it feels like popular will starts getting refracted. You know, it seems like we have a very insulated government that no longer cares about what's best for the people, but that's just my personal opinion. Hey, Alex, you said you got good news? You like Louisiana? I love Louisiana. That's right, Joe. You got it. Maraham. Glad you took a break from spamming to do a little Googling. You did, Alex? That's great, man. Oh, now you're back to it. Joe, don't make me put you in timeout, dude. Come on. Alex, that's great, dude. I'm really proud of you, man. See? How about that? What kind of job did you get? Do I think the States are better in living conditions? No, I don't. I don't think they aren't. That's great, Alex. I'm really happy for you, dude. Hey, Alex, you know what, man? If you enjoy doing it, maybe you go back to, maybe you look into further education to be an automotive technician. That's a good paying job. I've never been to Bangor, Maine. VI? What's VI? Virginia? Alex, I'm so happy for you, man. Congratulations. I have been, yeah, you know, I've been to almost every state. I've been to, like, I think 47 or 48 of the states. I do love Louisiana. New Orleans is just, it's got so much, just like history. It's just feels so old. What's my favorite place? Um, anywhere, anywhere I'm with my girlfriend and my dog. But I guess geographically, I love Spain. It's one of my favorite places to travel. It's really beautiful here. It's not like anything I've ever experienced. I mean, it stays light out till like 1 in the morning, and then even when it's dark, it's still light. It's crazy. Hey, Elsa, nice to meet you. I would, uh, I'd love to pull cards for you, and that'd be so kind to you if you want to leave a super chat. And yeah, guys, I also offer private readings if anybody's interested in connecting with me off air. I offer half-hour readings through Facetime for $45. Great, Dancer. Yeah, my email's in all my video descriptions, and on my channel page, it's thewhitedogtarot@gmail.com. Or you can find me on Instagram, too, if you like. Never been to Australia, but it's been on my surfing bucket list for a while. Elsa, where are you from? Hey, Oscar. How many decks do I have? You know, I've gotten so many decks from subscribers as gifts, which is so thoughtful of all of you. I'm trying to think. You know, when I moved in May, I gifted some of them away because I felt like I had too many. I think maybe I have, or with me, maybe like 5 or 6. Well, Prop Guru, my show's free. But I take it my time's a lot more valuable than yours, seeing how you spend your time. So, but I think the biggest lie that I lived was when I used to put on a suit and work for, you know, a tech company. I didn't think I was doing anything worthwhile with my time then. So, and I don't lie to people, and I don't promise people anything, and I don't read people's futures. I try to help people solve problems in their life. I've been to Tel Aviv, Oscar. It is beautiful. I mean, I went a million years ago, but yeah, I have been to Tel Aviv. How long ago? Maybe 17 years ago? Oh, thanks, Singh. Appreciate you. Oh, you know, Elsa, I think I have some impressive skills, but I'm not Rain Man, and one of them is not prophetically telling you lottery numbers. I'm sorry. Yeah, you know, Israel is very beautiful. It's quite anomalous geographically. It's like the size of New Jersey, and you can drive 2 hours and be in like the jungle. You drive 2 hours, you're in the desert. You drive 2 hours, you're at the ocean. It's pretty unbelievable landscape, but Oh, thanks, Gwendolyn. I don't have a podcast, but if you meant my show. You know, Elsa, if you're still here, can I suggest something to you? I would suggest spending your time thinking about how you can maybe make your life better and transform your life in a practical way, rather than focus your time on, like, I don't know, unhelpful things like scratch offs or trying to win the lottery. All right, that's just my personal opinion. Hey, Wesley. Well, my private readings off air, I charge $45 for a half hour, 70 for an hour. And I also offer like career advice. You know, I can help you with really whatever you like, not just tarot. So I guess other people might have considered me successful in my former life when I was in the suit and tie world. So if you ever need help with career, resume, I actually helped a couple people, and they actually got jobs when I helped them with their resume. So guys, don't mind me. I'm gonna roll a cigarette. What's up, Miko? Do I like spicy food? Of course. I love to eat. Wesley, my email is in my video description, every video description at the top of it, and on my channel page, the whitedogtarot@gmail.com. Or you can find me on Instagram and message me. It's at the White Dog Tarot. The guy that was stalking you got arrested? Good. That's creepy as hell that somebody was stalking you. Whatever happened to accepting no as an answer? You're welcome, Wesley. Wesley, where are you from, man? Hey, Megan. Oh, cool. I love London. I didn't get to spend too much time there, but tough World Cup loss, brother. Yeah, you know, I'd really like to get out to the United Kingdom. It looks beautiful. I'd really like to visit, like, Wales and Scotland. Scotland just looks so moody and, like, haunted. Looks really cool. I don't know, there's something kind of magical about going somewhere where, you know, you can trace back, like, 1,000 years and there's people walking on the same roads, you know, that you're walking on. I think that's so cool. Oh, sorry, Elizabeth. I'm sorry you hate tattoos. Good thing you don't have any. There was only two English people in the World Cup team. I actually, you know what my team was? And I'm not a huge soccer fan, but I got really into it this World Cup because everybody watches it here. I used to live in Cape Verde, and the Cape Verde team was actually in the World Cup. So I was really rooting for them. I'll never forget. It left like a permanent imprint on my brain when I lived there when I was like 22. Guys, I got so tuned up playing beach soccer with Cape Verdeans. Tattoos are for brave people. Perhaps. I will tell you, I spent most of my 20s being highly self-destructive, and I guess in some ways being like addicted to, I guess, pain more figuratively and literally. And when I got my shit together, I actually found tattoos to be a very, I guess, what word do I want to use? Meditative experience. You know, you have to just, you know, sit with the pain. You can't do anything about it. So, and I also found it to be much more productive to get a tattoo than wake up, you know, hungover with a black eye. So, I will say the most painful, probably my sternum. And for everybody who doesn't know, I actually have my whole back done. I have a traditional Japanese back piece. It goes from like my neck down to my butt. That was brutal, but well, you know what, Elizabeth? You know what I would tell you? It's a lot easier to just judge people based on how they look than to actually take the time to get to know somebody. And yeah, thanks to everybody for watching. It's nice to meet everybody. I'm Stefan. I did used to smoke a lot of pot. I don't anymore. I'm just smoking. I'm just rolling some cigarettes. You know what's funny, guys? The packaging here, Finland, well, I guess Åland is part of Finland. They are really anti-smoking. So all the cigarettes, like there's no product advertising. So they put these really horrible pictures on all the packs of cigarettes. And I always try to pick the picture that I like emotionally connect with the least. Well, Elizabeth, you kind of are judging to overtly tell somebody that tattoos make you look a certain way is, that's the definition of being judgmental. Oh, guys, hold on. I'm gonna go. They're about to close. I want to grab a drink before they close. 1 second. Everybody hang tight. All right, I'm back. Skål. You know, I'm not against marijuana. I actually think it's infinitely safer than a lot of the, uh, you know, the pills that most doctors are happy to, you know, to give you no questions asked. But what is a way? You're right, Elsa. This is my profession. This is what I do for work. I mean, I don't really make that much money, but I hope to be able to support myself on this. I treat it um, like it's my one income. I'm actually not a perfume guy. I do occasionally. I have a waxed cologne that I love, but so how's everybody's day going today? Hey, Anne Marie, it's great to see you. Alex, Indy is at home with Amanda. I didn't want to bring him today. Alex, I'm really stoked for you, dude. I just wanted to say that again. See? I knew you would get something. But you know what? You got the job. Don't take it for granted. And remember, don't settle. You know, don't tell yourself that you have to settle for anything, you know? This is actually a great opportunity. You know, if you like working on car, I love cars. It's I wish I didn't. Guys, I'm actually really embarrassed about this because I think I've learned a lot over the last year and a half when I left my old career to do this. When I went from like 6 figures to essentially making zero. You know, I really learned how little I actually need to be happy. And when I moved 4,000 miles away and I had to quite literally sell everything in my house, my 3-story house that I bought because I couldn't bring anything. When I was packing and moving, the first week, I was literally just walking around my house looking at everything that I spent money on and realizing how little I cared about it, you know? So that was one thing I feel really grateful for, you know, when starting this show. But I mean, I used to love cars. I had 3 cars, which to me is just kind of noxious and wasteful. I mean, you can only drive one, but I've always really liked cars, especially old cars, classic cars. But Alex, you know, if you enjoy doing it, you should look at you know, furthering your education to be a technician. That's a great job. And it's not going to get automated away anytime soon. So, hey, Hermione. Guys, can we be respectful to each other? I don't care if you guys want to talk shit to me, but my show is not a place for you guys to be rude to each other. All right? Be respectful. All right? There's 60 people here. It is unlikely that all of us are going to share the same perspectives or views on things. All right? And it would be fucking boring if we did. Okay? So be respectful to each other. All right? Making money is not a bad thing. But if you think that you can supplement happiness with money, my experience is it's not true. You know, often I think we tell ourselves, if, you know, if we only had a little bit more, you know, if only I had this amount more, everything would change. Guys, you know, I wasn't the richest person by any stretch, but I made a lot. And my experience is that it's never enough. And I was lonely as hell, and I was really unhappy. So I would suggest to you all to just do something that makes you happy and then lights you up, you know? It is a lot easier to be successful when you care about what you do. Hey, Cacklebun, you said doing what? Do you mean what did I used to do? For a very long time, and I know this is going to come as a shock to many of you because of how I usually show up here, I was actually the manager of a Volvo car dealership for a very long time. And then after that, I was the regional manager. It's gonna be the most sexy thing the most unsexy thing I've ever said. I was the regional manager of a geospatial technology company for like all of Southern New York City, New Jersey, Boston. It was a lot of traveling, a lot of elbow touching, old rich white guys. No, I'm smoking a cigarette. But you know what? It gave me a lot of skills, or helped me sharpen skills that I already had, for sure. I mean, I've always been really great with people. I've had quite the character arc, guys. I don't really talk about it too often, but I mean, in my 20s, my life was literally like enmeshed in a lot of violence and crime, and bad choices. And, you know, I went with, it's not something I say to romanticize because it was a really dark period of my life. But, you know, I went from networking with really dangerous organizations to networking with like people who make 8 figures. And I've always been able to get along with a pretty diverse, I guess, spectrum of people. So am I in Massachusetts? No. I'm in the Åland Islands. I don't think I'd ever get a face tattoo. You know, I kind of like what I have going on here. Have I ever done any time? I have been to jail a couple times. And I will tell you guys, for everybody who's watching this show who tells themselves that they don't have choices in life, or that they can't make changes, or that they're stuck, being stuck is being in an orange jumpsuit and being trapped somewhere, okay? So we all have choices in life. I have 2 Great Pyrenees, and they're my favorite dogs. I don't like soda, no. And you know what, guys? I feel like there's a lot of new people here. You know, for everybody who doesn't know, you know, I quite literally almost had to die to like wake up and start seeing myself clearly. You know, in November of 2024, my dog Uma and I, we got hit by a car. And somehow somehow I survived, but she didn't. Like, she quite literally died in my arms. And um and I don't know, some weird switch turned on in me that I've never really been able to shut off. And I mean, after that happened, I had the weirdest 10 days of my life. It's almost hard for me to explain to people. I almost feel like I'm not supposed to. But I mean, I started having all these dreams that started coming true. I don't know, I had a lot of weird shit happen, and I tried for a very long time to understand why, and then I realized that maybe I'm not supposed to understand it, I'm just supposed to accept it. But I hope everybody doesn't have to go through what I did. Start making choices to be happy, to want more for themselves than like a shitty relationship or a job they hate. So, but I'm really grateful to Uma. She taught me how to forgive myself and forgive other people. And I could tell you, Indy did not take it well. Um, he was like grieving her for months. So, but yeah, such is life, and here I am. And you know what? I have a lot less than I used to in terms of like material possessions, money in my bank account, but I'm a hell of a lot happier than I ever was. So, yeah, Anne Marie, it was in front of my house. I wouldn't say walking, but it's kind of a long story, which maybe I don't really feel like I should share with the world. So, and guys, when I started this show, I actually started it as a live caller show. I always forget to mention that. When I'm on mobile streaming, I have a free live caller show, so you can call in for a reading. Really just to talk about whatever is going on in your life. So, what are my pronouns? Dog. What's my show about? Um, I do read cards, Anna. Hey, Pariah, of course I remember you. Thanks, Razor. How did I start reading cards, Anna? I was actually just kind of talking about it. I almost died in November of 24, and I just had a lot of really unexplainable shit happen to me. But I taught myself. I mean, I feel like I've always known, I guess, weirdly. So I might be stealing this from like a movie, but it's like when you sit at a piano and you just kind of know how to play. I don't know, I just picked up a deck and it kind of just made sense to me. But I'm also a huge nerd. I mean, I like to read a lot. sadly, I actually haven't been reading that much since I moved here, but, you know, I try to digest at least 1 or 2 books a month, so I read a lot of tarot books. I like to read about everything. I think, you know, I just read Nonviolent Communication recently, which was great. I'd love to pull a card for you, Anna. Where are you from? Breakfast? It's 6:15 here in the evening. Massachusetts. Cool. Where? Oh, thanks, Gwendolyn. That's really nice to you. Well, you help others too. We all can. Cape Cod. Nice. I've never been there. I heard it's beautiful. Thanks, Elizabeth. Take care. Hope you have a good weekend. All right, Anna. All right, Anna. Let's see what you have to know right now. And yeah, guys, please feel free to reach out to me through my email if you'd like a private reading. I really just help with anything. Career, relationship. I'm always hesitant to call myself a life coach because I don't have a ponytail, but yeah, I'm here to help. So if you'd like to reach out, you can email me. It's in my video descriptions on all my videos on my channel page. Okay. All right. All right, Anna. And thanks for letting me pull a card for you. Okay. Wow. Anna. I'm just going to tell you what I see. This feels like a little bit of like a deep-rooted fear about letting something go that you've been holding on to from your past. Something that you know you need to just release. Wow. Anna, I don't know. I don't want to dig too much about what it is. It's something that's been with you a while. It could be about family. But it's really holding you back because once you release it or allow it to just be, you know, dead past, you go to this. This is about optimism, clarity, a reason to be happy, but it comes with you stopping this bullshit of like looking behind you and looking towards the future. This is about planning. It comes after choices. deciding what you want for yourself. There's foresight. It could be about, sometimes it's about traveling, but it's about looking towards the future, making a choice. Understanding what you want for yourself moving forward. It's going to bring you a lot of happiness. I also think that sometimes you don't feel fully comfortable being yourself around other people. And that's total bullshit. You know that. Because when you do feel happy and you feel confident and you stop caring about how people see you, which is something this card represents, it's like being comfortable in your own skin. It's when you're the most magnetic, you know? You just radiate so much warmth to people. You know, I think this is also about seeing yourself clearly. Recognizing some of these fears that I think in some ways are byproducts of what you've been through. I know that's not a hot take. That's where most of our fears come from. Seeing ourselves clearly, well, one, it helps us see other people clearly, you know? I mean, how can you tell if someone's, you know, good for you or bad for you? How can you see if something's right or wrong if you don't even know how to look at yourself clearly? So you got to make the choice. This is also a card of like divine intervention sometimes. You know that do you guys remember when we were young and our parents used to be like, well, if you don't make a choice, I'm going to make one for you. That's kind of like a low-key energy of this. You need to make the choice or the universe is going to make it for you, and usually they make it into a lesson. If you're not willing to make the choice. Good, Anne. Thank you for the super chat. That was really thoughtful of you. Hey, Christopher, you said I was so right. I'm happy that whatever I said was helpful, man. Anna, it's always a choice. Listen, there's no experience as fucked up as they can be. That's worthless. They're meant to teach us things about ourselves. And if we learn the lessons, the karmic lesson, it allows us to have a greater understanding of ourselves, especially when it comes to other people. But I think you have a lot to look forward to. The last thing I want to say is please don't let things that happen to you already turn you into someone that you aren't. Don't let past experiences change you where you just become your pain. So many people do that. Make the choice. Look forward. Did you have some weird health thing happen recently? I don't know if it was like an injury or like a physical or like a, I don't know. You don't have to answer that. It's okay. I don't know. That didn't, why is that showing up? Okay. Maybe not. Maybe it has to do with somebody from your past who left you. Just forget about them. All right. Somebody shouldn't have to fuck up to see your value. All right. Somebody should appreciate you the first time. Just remember that. Good, Anna. You're welcome. Thanks for the super chat. Oh, thanks, Chloe Bowie. That was nice of you. Hey, F1 Ferrari. You're welcome, Anna. Anna, you can be fine. Ooh, got a little cold. You know what, guys? I might move inside. Is everybody cool with that? I'm gonna move inside. Cause I think I got some more battery left. I'm not too done yet, so give me a second. And then we'll take some more questions. Hold on. All right, let's move. Let's go find a spot inside. Here, I'll give you guys the scenic view. There we go. There we go. Hey, can I hang out in here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool, thanks. All right, all right, all right. That's better. All right, that's better. All right. All right. Hey, Bella. Can you ask about Aries? Will he come back? Bella, why would you want to be with somebody who left you? Who didn't I was just telling this to Anna. Bella, let's say he does come back. What makes you think things are going to be any different? Okay. So you left him, what, to play a game with him, hoping that he was going to chase you? I don't understand. Okay. You were scared of love. Okay. Well, why don't you reach out to him and have an adult conversation with him in person? You know, Bella, it's a lot easier to be open and honest with people and to use our words than try and sift through how they're thinking and feeling with cards. All right? People are very complex. And, pulling a couple cards on someone in no way can encapsulate, all the thoughts and feelings and emotions somebody's going through at a given time. Okay? Well, if you don't want to talk, why are you asking me to pull cards on this guy? It sounds like maybe you need to work on some things going on with you. It sounds like you're really confused about what you want. Are you afraid of hurting him or getting hurt? What is it? I mean, maybe the kindness that you gave him was breaking it off with him if you're not ready. Because I don't think it's a fair thing for you to break up with somebody and then ruminate and focus on whether or not he's going to chase you. That guy doesn't have to prove anything to you. But you know what? People come into our lives to teach us things about ourselves. And sometimes if we fuck up, that's the lesson, you know? Okay. Bella, I think you should... Okay, I get that. It's scary. But you know what? When you're ready, you reach out to him and tell him how you feel. And if you're not ready to be vulnerable and open with this guy, it's not love, okay? Because if you can't be real with somebody that you love, it's probably not love. Hey, Carrie. Okay. He wasn't ready either. Okay. And if he lives in another country than you, that's going to add another layer of complication. You know that, right? Bella, a long distance relationship like that will only work if two people both want the same thing for their future, have a timetable, you know when you're going to see the person again, and one of you has to be willing to move. Those are the three baselines. So, Hey, Hannah. Thank you. Guys, my phone's almost dead. I just realized. Hey, Gina. Well, you know what, Bella? If you feel like it's a connection where there's something real there that's worth saving, step up, okay? It's not, it shouldn't just be on him to reach out, okay? So, you know, be brave about it. Because you know what happens if you do nothing? I'm leading you a little bit, nothing. Carrie, what's going on? Bye, Bella. Good luck with everything. Let me know how it goes, okay? Yeah, well, I'm not a rattlesnake, but I do bite, so. Oh, thanks, Gwendolyn. Hope to see you again. It was really lovely to meet you. Okay, Carrie, email me. That sounds better. Carrie, let's set up a time. We could set up an appointment, okay? Hey, Ghost. Nice to meet you. Sure, you're welcome to leave a super chat. Absolutely. And yeah, thanks to everybody for watching today. We had a lot of people here. There's a lot of people on the show. Hey, NM. Good morning. Top of the morning to ya. All right, guys, maybe I might take one more question. We'll see. I'm about an hour and 40 minutes in here, so. Oh, thanks, Ghost. Thank you for that super chat, man. That was really generous. I'd be happy to. Where are you from? And what's your name? Hey, Aubrey. Ghost, what's on your mind? I'm actually going to use my other deck for you, I think. Let's see. Severin, nice to meet you. Prost. Ghost, anything on your mind in particular? Thanks, Booze. You're in a deep hole in life? Okay. Yeah, that happens, man. Can you tell me about yourself? What do you feel like you're struggling with the most right now? What's been... Is it career? What is it? Tell me a little bit. Yeah, please share if you don't mind. You know, I find that the easiest way to figure out solutions is with information. So, okay, really hard with, you're having a hard time finding somebody and your friend life. Okay. Yeah, no, I get that, man. I don't know how old you are, but you know what? One of the uncomfortable truths about getting, you know, I'm 38. One of the uncomfortable truths about getting older is, you know, the people in your life, your friend group, it tends to shrink quite a bit. And it can be lonely when you stop feeling like the people you used to hang out with, like, resonate with you. I get that, man. You know, I just met somebody that I'm madly in love with. I'm 38. You know, it can take a long time. You're 26? Dude, you're so young. You know, I actually read that by the numbers, most people don't really meet like their forever person or somebody who's truly significant till after the age of 30, because people have a more rooted sense of self, of what they want. People have stronger boundaries. Dude, your 20s are for figuring out who you are, what you want. I was a disaster when I was 26, you know? I would tell you to focus on, I'm going to tell you to focus on you right now more so, and that's what I'm going to pull cards on. Don't worry about falling in love. You'll meet the right person, and you know what? I would suggest you'll probably start meeting people who are more aligned with you once you figure out who you are and you feel confident about it, you know? What do you do for work? Or are you employed right now? And you know what? Being alone isn't a bad thing. I mean, I spent the better part of a year like completely in solitude, but I needed it, you know? finance analyst consultant. Okay. So you got a job. Do you like what you do? Good for you, man. Hopefully you don't have a job that can be replaced by AI, but well, you know what? If you enjoy what you do, of course you'll like it. But that's great, man. That's something to look forward to, you know? You know what, the way I look at it, man, you have a pretty good running head start on a lot of people, all right? Sounds like you went to university. You have a job waiting for you in September. That's great, man. You can focus on you. You know, starting to build what you want your life to look like. Because I can tell you, man, when you feel like you're doing well at work, you like what you do, you're confident, that's when you're your most attractive, all right? And maybe this time alone is good for you, you know, to, you know, start figuring out what you really want in somebody. So that way, when another, you know, beautiful girl who clearly is not right for you shows up, you can identify that and you don't get swept off your feet and fall into another pattern. Because I can tell you right now, man, that took me forever to learn. And I'm 38. You know, it took me another 10 years from where you are now to learn that. So, you know what I'm gonna share with you? You know, I used to quite literally be like addicted. I always used to joke that I was addicted to dating reversed Queen of Wands. I used to be so drawn to like the same exact type of woman, like an avoidant, emotionally unavailable, like wounded, absolutely beautiful woman with a high sex drive. And then I would wonder why my relationships never worked out. You know? We have to, and it's because I realized that I didn't even really know what I wanted. I was like, you know, drawn to people that I feel like I had to fix or that were like damaged, because maybe I was too. So, you know, man, I would be shocked if you found your forever person at 26. I really would, man. You know why? Because who you are and how you see yourself is going to change so much. I mean, for anybody who's over the age of 30, I'm sure you can relate to this sentiment on behalf of our friend here. You know, 26-year-old Stefan, I can't even recognize him from even like 30-year-old Stefan, let alone 38-year-old Stefan. You know, use this time to figure out who you are. I mean, the woman that I dated when I was 26, I look back at that, I have nothing in common with her now, you know? So let's see what else you need to know. Hey, Marty, it's great to see you. Good, man. Listen, you seem like a smart guy. Clearly you're good with numbers. You know, you have a lot to look forward to professionally. And that's a very portable job, which is fucking great. Like, that's a job that you can be successful in, and you could literally move anywhere in Europe and do that. I would suggest you could probably do it remotely too. So you got so much excitement ahead of you. And listen, man, people who really care about you as friends will stick around, but a lot of people start to get filtered out of your life, all right? People worthwhile will stick around. People who actually want to support you and aren't just there when things are good, okay? Tell me about Ghost. You said your name was Severin. Did I get that correct? Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. Dude, the first card that came out, the Fool, this is about a whole new chapter of your life. This is a whole new chapter of your life, man. This is you starting something brand new. It's like a whole new adventure coming up. And I get the loneliness, man. I get it. I've been there. But you know what? When you start to feel lonely, don't go into destructive modes. You know, there's a lot of ways for you to meet people. What are you interested in doing? Do you have hobbies? You know, there's a million ways that you can meet people who are, you know, like-minded. And you have me, man. I'm happy to be your friend. All right? You're gonna meet people at work. Put yourself out there, you know? And you know what? Have fun dating. Don't take it so seriously. Don't put so much pressure on yourself, you know? I could tell that you got a lot of love to give. And you know what? That might be part of your lesson that you had to learn with some of the past relationships. I think you are a serial overgiver like me. And I think you tend to disregard how you feel because you're so acutely aware how other people feel. I think you actually dealt with some really like emotionally unavailable women too, funny enough. Dude, this next couple months for you is gonna be so good. The World came out, dude. This is like a new cycle, you reaping rewards. It's a great card. It's also about learning things and completing things. What I'm gonna tell you is to minimize people who disrupt your peace, okay? Because there's something beautiful and peaceful about spending time alone, I can tell you. And you know what? I can be unbiased about most things. I'm always gonna blindly advocate for people getting dogs. Get a dog, all right? Do things that make you feel balanced, okay? Listen, I just want to tell you this again, dude. I've lived in a lot of places in my life, and I've also felt extremely isolated and alone. I mean, I've changed states and lived in places that I didn't know anybody. I get it. I get that it gets lonely, but it's temporary. And do things that make you feel good, you know? I think you are gonna enjoy your new job. I think it's gonna help you stay focused. Sorry, my ears ringing. And put everything you have into it. I think for you, something that you need to work on right now is regarding, I think, moderation, how you put your time into things. I actually think that you tend to put an unbalanced amount of time. Hey, Audrey. Hey, Alexis. Hi, Emily. I think you put an unbalanced amount of time into relationships. And I'm actually going to suggest that it would probably throw off your work a bit, especially if you were giving your time to somebody who's not giving back equally. Okay? Think about this as a blessing. In September, that's like a month away. Dude, I don't know what your financial situation is. Why don't you go take a trip somewhere? Go disappear for 3 days. You know, go take a flight to Majorca. That's where all Germans go for vacation, right? I'm just kidding. But actually, you should go there. It's really cheap. You know, go explore. You know, go take a little 1 week vacation somewhere. Sometimes getting out of your comfort zone is great. And dude, I only have traveled historically by myself. It's so fun. You know why? Because you get to like shed your identity of who you are. You get to be somebody new. It is, see, I was being cheeky, but I know it's true about Majorca. That's where Germans go. Yeah, man, you're starting a brand new job in a month. You should be really proud of yourself for that. It is not easy to complete university and actually get a job. All right. I mean, I can tell you this: in the States, about 52% of people who graduate with a college degree are underemployed and not doing something related to their degree. So you should feel really good about that. Go have some fun. Go explore. Go take a trip somewhere for a couple days. Get out of your bubble, because I do know what it feels like to feel like you're stuck. You feel even more lonely in routines, you know, staying home all day. You know, go have some fun for a little bit. You got a lot to look forward to. It's actually gonna make you feel balanced. Leaps of faith, man. Try new things. And I'm telling you, get a dog. Get the dog. All right, one more card. Dude, you know everything's gonna be okay, all right? You're a smart guy. And I'm gonna suggest this too, man. And this is not a hot take. You fucking knew. Dude, some of these girls that you were dealing with, you knew it wasn't going anywhere. You were getting red flags, and you did what I did. You're like, you know what? That seems like a huge red flag. I better stick around for another couple months anyway. You knew it wasn't gonna work out. All right, enjoy the experience. You would probably get bored if you got married right now, all right? So enjoy your time getting to just do whatever you want. Have fun. Focus on your job. Make some money. And go live, man. Go on some adventures. Go get into some trouble, you know? I'm serious. Get out of your apartment for 4 days, 5 days. All right? I'm serious. If you feel like you got a little bit of money, and it's not gonna break the bank, go take a little trip somewhere. Go get some sun. You know, go do something that feels good. You know? Go get lost at a place you've never been. Go stay at a nice hotel. I mean, Majorca's cheap as hell. I'm not trying to tell you to go there, but that is a good spot to go, so. And congrats on your new job, man. It's gonna go great. And I just want to let you know, aside from, I would say, my 5 friends that I've quite literally known since I was like 7 years old, I'm having a hard time thinking of newer friends that I made in my early 20s that I actively still have relationships with. Maybe 1 or 2, but they're not like super close friends, all right? People come in and out of your life, all right? So, you hope I have lots of children? I don't know, man. I have 1 and I'm tapped. I'm tapped. I got a 13-year-old daughter. I'm tapped, dude. Something tells me I'll probably have another one because I think my girlfriend wants kids, but... And Severin, I'm always here for you. You feeling down? You can always email me. I got your back, all right? I want you to send me my emails in my video description and on my channel page. I want pictures of wherever you end up going before you start your job. I'm actually, my girlfriend just got a new job and she starts in September. We're actually leaving like 3 days. We're going on vacation. So, hey Tiffany, how did it go? Did you take the leap? Did you start that TikTok or the thing that we were talking about? Severin, you're good, man. You know what? Take care of yourself. Do things that make you feel good, that help you build confidence. You want the Stefan remedy? I'll give you the Stefan remedy. At least 6 glasses of water a day, 50 push-ups a day. All right? You'll be feeling like your best self. And don't shave your head. Keep your hair if you have any. Aw, thanks, Audrey. That's great, Tiffany. Such good news. Tiffany's taking a chance. She's starting a new business. We workshopped some ideas when I first met her on my show. Severin, you're never alone, man. All right? And I'm telling you, dude, get the dog. Get the dog. That's great, Tiffany. I'm really happy for you. Hair protects people from bad energy. Your mom said that. Your mom sounds very intelligent. Well, hey, man, hair is a non-renewable resource. Well, hello there, Amanda. Guys, my beautiful, lovely girlfriend stopped in to say hi. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Amanda was nice enough to post my contact info, but it's also available on my channel page and in my video description. So, Severin, I hope you have a great rest of your month, man. I think you will. I suspect that you're gonna have a good month, all right? Oh, wait, Severin, are you still here? Quick question. I'm just curious. When I went to Majorca, all the German people, they wear like matching outfits when they go out. What is that about? What is that about? Do you know anything about that? Like they all dress up and wear matching outfits? It's so strange. Thank you, Ashley. Yeah, we're excited. Amanda's never been to the States, so it's gonna be her first time in the States and in New York. Oh, thanks, Bob. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. Well, I do pull cards, but I would say less frequent than maybe some other readers who rely too heavily on it. Oh, thanks, Lexi. That's nice of you. Amanda, Lexi says that she's lucky to have, you're lucky to have me. Well, you know what? I feel very lucky to have her. And generally, as many relationship coaches will say, relationships that are usually the happiest and last the longest are when two people both feel genuinely lucky for each other. So, oh, thanks, Bob. Yeah, you know, if I just wanted to do another boring show like every other tarot show, no, I don't mean any offense, because there's some really great readers on YouTube that I really love and enjoy. For all the ones that I truly despise, it just felt boring to me to just regurgitate general readings. I mean, tarot's about people, so yes, Amanda's wonderful. She's intelligent, she speaks 4 languages, she's very thoughtful, she has absolutely no manners, and she's one of the kindest people I've ever met. So, okay. Thanks, Ghost. I appreciate that. Thanks for um, thanks for filling me in on that. I will say they're kind of my experience. I felt like I was back in college. They're a pretty they're pretty ill-mannered bunch on vacation. A lot of the Germans. I hope that's not offensive, but kind of an ill-mannered group. You want to see my eye? You know what I did, Severin, and I highly recommend it. You know, I've never really understood the motorcycle thing before, but I rented one. I rented a motorcycle in Majorca. Now I get it. I gotta tell you guys, there's nothing quite like riding shirtless on a motorcycle through a small town in Spain. I felt like Che Guevara. I like drove across the entire island. Sorry, I was stupid, but I did. I drove across the whole island on my motorcycle. It was so fun. I have been to UK, Bob. Not for as long as I liked. Actually, I had it was like a 36-hour layover, actually from my trip to Spain. So I spent like a day and a half in London. I'd love to go back. The skin flute. Well, I'm sure there's, you know what, BM? I'm sure there's lots of Christian rock bands that are always looking for a good skin flute player. Okay. Severin, it was great to meet you. Thank you for that really generous donation. And that kind super chat. And hey, good luck with your job. Email me if you need somebody to talk to. Cool, Yoko. I actually have guys, some of the decks that I really like are actually tagged in this video, including this one, which is my favorite, the Morgan Greer Tarot deck. There's actually a link to it. It's on sale if anybody's interested. So take a look. And guys, please feel free to email me if you'd like a private reading. My email's in my video descriptions and on my channel page. And I'm happy to make time for you. So, and thanks to everybody. We got a ton of viewers today. You know, I don't really think I get too much playback on I mean, I may, but essentially all my views are on my live show because I don't do general readings. So people have to really like me to rewatch my non-lives. But thank you to everybody. You know, we've been getting a ton of viewers on my live shows, so really grateful to everyone. And you know what? I'll be back tomorrow. So I'm gonna try and do a quick stream. Amanda and I have to pack tomorrow. And Marty, it was great to see you. So, okay, guys. Much love. Have a great day. And I'll see everybody soon.